The marketing resources that I use for my best practices is I always leave a magnet behind which has the phone number to either place an order or contact HealthBridge in regards to any billing questions that the office might have, as well as pens, pads, the marketing detail pieces that has the side effect profile, it has the testosterone lowering information. Another marketing piece that I use is the video for the insertion and the removal technique. In regards to the video, I make sure that if the doctor has never done an implant before, I will sit there and watch the video with him and explain step by step. These are things that you can use to do the proper implant and the removal technique.
SmartFlow is a pressure-based system for online support of vascular interventions. By applying computational fluid dynamics, previously used only in the field of aerodynamics, SmartFlow allows for real-time diagnosis by transforming simple pressure measurements into accurate and meaningful physiological data to guide intervention. Pressure measurements are taken by a guide wire traveling across a lesion. With easy-to-interpret readings, SmartFlow gives immediate and simultaneous CFR and FFR measurements.
Let me ask you, why did you switch therapies or switch agents versus increasing their beta blocker dose?
Well, I guess the beta blocker blues, whether it be just a washed out fatigue feeling in the elderly patients or perhaps impotence with some of the younger males.
Doctor, we discussed the JNC5 recommendations for using beta blockers first line. Now let me show you some graphs that show how Toprol XL performs as a beta blocker. The top graph illustrates the plasma concentrations of immediate release metoprolol, 50 milligrams once daily, compared to Toprol XL, 50 milligrams once daily.
ConMed Endoscopic Technologies reaches for the greater potential in clinical endoscopy by providing solutions that address real clinical challenges. One solution, the ConMed Entake enteral feeding device, was designed for gastroenterologists and GI nurses who want an initial PEG system that is convenient to use and will help improve patient care. This program will provide an overview of the Entake PEG system. First, we will show you the convenient layout and organization of the kit components. Dr. Chris Thompson at Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston will then demonstrate a PEG procedure using the Entake feeding device.
Inspect the contents of the kit and packaging for damage. If damaged, do not use. Prepare the patient as required for upper endoscopy. Introduce the endoscope and perform clinically approved EGD exam. Insufflate the stomach. Transilluminate the abdominal wall to select the site of PEG tube placement. Apply finger pressure at the clearest transillumination point. A clear indentation of the gastric wall should be visible on the anterior surface.
He travels from time to time, but we learned one time that there's a visiting nurses association that you can call and they will come to your house.
You talk about the fear of the injection and the fear of the drug itself. It's really nothing compared to the fear of what we were going through and just the day-to-day ordeal of not reaching those goals and not conceiving and not having a child.
A lot of couples are nervous about getting and giving injections at home, but I'm going to teach you how to give injections so that you'll feel more comfortable. It's a very simple thing to do. First thing you need to do is wash your hands. Then you're going to get your supplies ready. This will include the medication your doctor ordered, Pergonal or Metrodin, a 3 cc.
Welcome to the POA2 2001 Avalox Velocity Visual Aid Presentation CD-ROM.
The first thing I want to do is say hi to everybody at the front desk and address them all by name. I always try to stay out of the way of patients checking in or making payment. Doctors always appreciate it if reps don't get in the way. I usually ask what kind of mood the doctors are in because these ladies usually know. Then I'll let them know that I'm going back to see the doctor. I always stop at the medical assistance station and say hello to everyone by name. This is where they coordinate the allergy testing, pulmonary function testing, and patient information. My biggest objective in the sample closet is to see if there is anything new or different. This could include new competitor information, product packaging, coupons, or rebates. I also need to check that the Rhinocort stock packages are where I put them and what the location is of the competitor's products.
Doctor, how are you today?
Very busy. I only have time to sign for samples. I'm really behind. What do you have for me today?
Dr. Warner, because bronchospasm is serious, it can be important to understand what separates one short-acting beta-2 agonist from the rest. I'd like to discuss with you the benefits of Xopenex HFA-MDI.
Make it quick.
How would you characterize the difference between Xopenex and albuterol?
I'm not sure there is a difference. I always thought Xopenex is just a branded version of albuterol.
Actually, there is a difference. The largest difference between the two is the molecule. Albuterol is made up of two isomers, an R and an S isomer. Xopenex contains only the R isomer. All of the bronchodilatory effect is provided by the R isomer. So by using Xopenex, you are providing your patients only the part of the drug that is therapeutically active and nothing else.
Insert the tip of the insertion tool into the incision with the bevel up and advance the tool subcutaneously along the path of the anesthetic up to the inscribed line on the cannula. To ensure subcutaneous placement, the implanter should visibly raise the skin all the times during the insertion. Be sure that the implanter doesn't enter the muscle tissue. Hold the insertion tool in place as you move your thumb to the green retraction button. Press the button down to release the locking mechanism. Then draw the button back to the backstop, all the while holding the tool in place. The cannula will withdraw from the incision, leaving the implant in the dermis.